Hello, toy fans. I'm here with another one of our reviews. Now, I picked these up the other day because there was another Lego creator that was using these. He does D&D, so he does D&D sort of builds, and so he had a whole setup, and he found these cherry blossoms create really good trees. And I was like, hey, I'm about to build a giant Lego city with fun hole products. Well, Luma bricks now, some Ocrea, like I was doing the Sheffield house, which I did the review of, that sort of thing. So it's like, hey, if I'm modding up and I'm building this giant city, I might be looking into this. So for me, I was like, this seems like a perfect opportunity to go and grab these things. So the cherry blossoms are a part of the Lego Botanicals, and it is set 40725. Now, this particular set, I gotta tell you, the build on it was a lot of fun. I absolutely liked it. There's a lot of repetitiveness to it. There's a lot of just kind of like, over and over and over and over and over. But for the most part, it was kind of calm, peaceful. It's a good build. I happen to dig this one quite a bit. And if I was more into flowers, kind of like with the marigold, I would definitely put this with the cherry blossoms. And we'll look at the marigold and with the cherry blossoms, we'll kind of look at it together. Eventually down the road, this is going to be all deconstructed, built into trees, using a lot of the marigold stuff, using the cherry blossoms, and some of the stuff that we got from the city builds, or actually not the city, but the forest builds from the builder kits. So we'll kind of look into that. Maybe I'll show how I build some trees, so that way you can take what you want from that and build your own. So let's look at these cherry blossoms. So on the box, of course, we got our standard Lego logo up here. This is 8 plus. We get the actual number 40725. This is cherry blossoms. This is 430 pieces. Now this runs at $15, so $14.99 at Walmart's where I picked this up. Not too bad. Not too bad for what we're getting. Now we do get a picture of the cherry blossom on the side, and we get the pink version there. On the back, we do get to see both the pink and the white version. So there are two versions, and they do make both cherry blossoms. Again, we'll show you at the very end. On the top, you get a picture of what the flower looks like to 1:1 scale to see just how big those flowers are. And then here it'll actually tell you, so this goes up to 13.92 inches. So almost 14 inches tall. We get some legalese on the side, talking about where the components come from between Denmark, Mexico, Hungary, China, and the Czech Republic. And then, of course, you got your cherry blossoms here. And if you need it, there's that barcode. Give you a minute. All right. Now, that's the box. And the box is, it's one of those that opens from the top. You got your stuff in there. I've already opened this, put it together. Pretty solid build. But I'm going to say you didn't come here for the box. You came here for the booklet, right? Haha, see what I did there? And actually, no, I know you didn't come here for the booklet either. But booklet's pretty standard. You got one bag, you got two bags here. And it talks about, all that they built. And it's pretty self-explanatory. They go fairly slow, not too complicated. I had a couple of areas where I was like, wait, what do I do again? And I had to go back and look. It was one of those, I kind of built this. It was a late night. But I did find the build rather satisfying, and I did not do a live for this. Next one you get for the white version, you get bags 3 and 4, and you get to put the cherry blossom together there. Cool thing about this set is even though it does come with a lot of those blossoms, and the blossoms, unless I'm doing a kind of spring tree, for me, I'm not going to do a lot with the blossoms. However, it does come with a lot of brown pieces for trees, and it does come with a lot of those really bright kind of early spring colored leaves as well. So build wise, not too bad. Booklet's cool, box is cool, but you came for these. Now these are the cherry blossoms. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, there's some really nice stuff. There is articulation in this. You can pose this in some areas here however you want. You can make it more full. You can bring them out. They do have the buds on there, which is nice. And you get a lot of build options with this. So this is pretty cool. Now, building it strictly from the book, this is what you get. And it works on so many levels. You've got, of course, these here. You can pull them out a little bit, or you can push everything kind of up. But again, you get both white and a pink version. And if you go back and we look at the marigolds that we put together, if you were putting together like a little bouquet, they look nice. They really do. And I think eventually I'm going to tear this thing apart and do some trees. There are some areas where these can break off if you're not too careful with it. But for the most part, this is a pretty solid build. I happen to like this one quite a bit, and I was very surprised. The buds on it are, kind of the cupcake things. We got a lot of the flowers, we got a lot of the greenery, and we got a lot of the brown. And it's using the Technic system stuff. So with that, it's pretty solid. I dig this one quite a bit. Now, again, I said down the road, I'm going to be stripping this thing apart, making trees out of it, and that's kind of what I plan to do. So with that, and you had to pardon my kid, he came in on me. It's going to be in the video, but that's okay. That's how life runs around here at the Tayraygun household. So that's all I got to say about the cherry blossoms. For me, $15, solid build. I think for world building, it's going to be so much more. So kind of like the Botanicals at $4.99 with all the leaf options you get. I think between this, the Builder Series Force Kit, and the Marigold, you're going to have some options to create some really cool autumn leaves. And, I plan on tearing these apart and making a video of that so you can see what that looks like. That's all I got to say about the cherry blossoms. To me, it seems like a pretty well worth it sort of pickup. I happen to like this one a lot. Might even go buy another kit just so I have more building supplies to pull from. Or maybe I'll do a bouquet. I don't know. I showed it to my wife. She's like, they're lovely, but I don't have a lot of need for plastic flowers that are made of Legos. Cat's going to have a field day with that, and I'm going to step on them. I said, you got it, babe. All right. Thank you all for showing up and checking out my quick review. I'm going to make it really quick for you. I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build, and happy brick hunting.